Hello, welcome to Fila. It's another special episode. We're gonna have a very fun show. You saw the snippets of the last episode. The episode you've been waiting for is here. The exclusive interview with our ex-Gambian music superstar.
Retired.
According to him, retired.
Yes.
And yes, the exclusive interview with G will be featured right here on this episode today. So don't go away. It's your girl, Sister Njai Koli and Black Shine here to entertain you tonight.
Fila.
What be amut? Hana yo denga dof?
Fila.
Fila. Defa over answer.
And like we said, today we have a very special interview for you guys. It's an exclusive with the man himself, G. You guys will get to know him better from before the G era to during the G era to after the G era. He also talks about some very valid points that he hasn't talked about on TV before. So it's going to be a very exciting interview. So stay on your seats and enjoy this.
Retired artist right there, G.
Retired. Retired. In brackets. Enjoy this, G and Wagan.
I don't think you need much of an introduction, but still, just for the benefit of those who might not know who you are, introduce yourself.
I'm G and a retired hip-hop artist, and I'm born and raised in Pipeline. Well, I guess that's about it.
Jibu Balagay. Yeah, man. That's what's up. It's good to have you on this on Fila right now.
That's my pleasure.
Take us to the early beginnings of your career. Musical career, that is.
Musical career. I remember doing my first track with MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
he was living in
legendary.
Canifin back
May
then.
his soul rest in peace.
Yeah, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
And I just had to do like one verse on a track, and it was a bit easy to me, so I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna do my own track.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just started doing tracks, and then he, from Canifin, he went to Bakau, and I did a whole like mixtape with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how everything started.
Was that the days of is it Street Soldiers?
Yeah, Street Thugs actually.
Street Thugs, I mean.
Yeah. That was my high school crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. Where are some of those guys in music? That is. Are they?
In music, one's magistrate right now.
Yeah.
And the other one lives in Holland, and the other one is in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
None of them doing music.
None of them doing music.
Then La Cosa Nostra comes in.
La Cosa Nostra comes in. That's when my brother Smoke Doctor
Yeah.
had this movement, La Cosa Nostra, Killer Ace, Mad Boss, Ahmed Wisdom. Back then he was Omnoa or Katan.
Yeah.
He just kept on changing his name.
Yeah.
And then I was like the youngest one in the crew.
So you used to go by G Baby.
I used to go by G Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. How were those days? I mean.
I looked up to these niggas.
Yeah.
Like, my bad, I shouldn't use that.
Yeah, but you used to
but I
look up to them because
yeah,
you were the baby in the crew.
Yeah, I used to look up to them.
Yeah.
And I would go in the studio and I would see them spitting, and I'd be like, okay, this is how I need to carry myself. This is what I need to do. I don't know. But I was more into like commercial music.
Yeah.
That was what I would listen to.
Okay.
Not like at times. But with them, it was just that raw hip hop. Like raw. So with that direction they were going, I was like, okay, if I, like, we had a few shows, but then it didn't really work out. So I was like, okay, if I want this to work out, like, it has to be some certain music that could sell, that could relate to everybody, and not just box myself around that hip hop, like there's some law when it comes to music.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So then, how did you break out into that commercial music?
Even before Yola Bugabul Falani and them, I was making some type of hip hop that could be like, it's more appealing than the raw. Yeah, I used to have like critics from like Ace and them. This is too jiggy. This is too this. Yeah, like this is not hip hop. I was like, alright, cool. But then I just kept on going, and then Hakim as the one that made the whole G transition from like a hardcore rapper to
that commercial.
Yeah,
no doubt.
He actually showed me the way, and it took even Yola Bunga being one of my biggest tracks. Like it took a lot of convincing for me to actually do that.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
it took weeks of convincing before I did the verse there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. That's
But when I
up,
did
man.
it, and then the impact, I was like, okay, this is it right here.
Yeah. Of course, people know G also for the controversy and all of that. How much, in as much as you were doing commercial music, how much do you think the controversy helped to blow G up?
They say good or bad publicity is still publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with hip hop, controversy works. But then for me, if you know me personally, you know whatever I have inside, as soon as I just take it out, I'm good with it. With all my beefs and stuff like that, once I do a track or two, I'm good.
Well, some would argue that you actually used some of these as publicity stunts. Your issue with Viper, T Smalls, your face off with Manding Mori, and of course Killer Ace, and all the other issues. Some would definitely argue that you used it to boost your career. How true?
Well, is there any point or any beef I had which, as in the other artist was way bigger than me and I would benefit more?
Okay.
No, there wasn't. From Smalls to Viper to Ace to all of them. Like, they actually gained more from it than I did.
Okay, so you feel you benefited them more from the beef
than maybe an artist, because that's not the type of music I would put on my album. Like all these beef tracks, it's not the type of music I would want my, like, a proper G fan to actually buy my album and hear in my album. But for them, it was like, that was it. So they didn't understand, like, you could use this for publicity, but do what you have to do still.
Okay.
With them, they just get carried away with the hype, and then that was about it. Like anything you see in music with publicity, there's like, here we don't have PRs. Like you see an artist doing everything by himself. He makes his decision. He would go to a banter bar place and sit down. This guy gives him the advice, and he would take that, go another person gives him advice. So he's lost, like, basically.
So did you have people doing that for you?
Yes, I have people doing it, which I was one of the few that were actually lucky enough to have people doing that for me.
Yeah.
Because I would wake up and just feel this way and just go on Facebook, write whatever, and I'll have my manager call up. This is but it's not. You on the other hand as well, so I would take it off, you know.
Yeah, because I used to call you a lot.
So, yeah.
No doubt, man. Then, I mean, that commercial break just starts happening for G. That was maybe around, if I may say, 2009, 2010, was it?
Yeah. 2010, 2011.
Yeah. So how much do you think Yola Booga particularly, and that was right around the time you were also having issues with Smalls.
Yeah.
I mean, so those two are kind of tied together, but before you said you were definitely doing commercial songs, but how much did that particular song, Yola Booga, and that issue with Smalls play into that commercial blowing up of G?
Yola Booga was a song I didn't expect to do as good as it did. I never promoted it.
Okay.
Never.
So it just...
But it just blew up. It took time, but it blew up. Like, it was around... Everybody kept telling me about the song, from grown-ups to kids to everybody. I was like... And the thing was, like, it's not my song. Like, I was featured on it. But I guess I just did justice on it. And the beef with Smalls... I was more like pissed at him because we were in the studio and we had like, you know, we finally went into a, no, but then, well, we actually had one beef before, like that, like a year before even we started beefing. Yeah, which we actually went physical with it.
So it was definitely personal.
Yeah, it was personal. But then I just, okay, that one was when Uz was here. And then we just had to squash it, and I was like, okay, it's not worth it. But then it went again, and he still had that in him. And we met in the studio. Okay, Shy Boy was there. I don't know what I said, and then he just got pissed, and then just started to talking like holding his fist and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna fight, but I know what to do now.
But now all of those days,
He's one of the coolest people I know right now.
so all of that,
all of that happened. Then, like, I was way younger than I was.
yeah.
So at that point in my career, there wasn't like endorsement deals. There wasn't like all that for me. But then when I actually got up to a certain level, like, you have to maintain a certain image. Like, you can't say certain stuff. You can't do this and this and this because you have an endorsement deal with this company for this amount of like time, and you will definitely wouldn't want to breach a contract.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's take a short musical break, and then we'll be back. More G.
Yeah. Situations.
Yes, welcome back after that interview with G and the video performance at the Open Mic Festival last year.
dope.
And Mom, G talked about so many things, and he mentioned few artists that he had problems with.
I mean, obviously, it had to happen. It had to be brought up because he is the most controversial artist.
For real.
And G is always speaking his mind, and that creates problems for him with other people, and the argument starts, and then the fight starts.
And I
and the
know
wars.
with these comments, I'm not saying they are gonna say something back, but I'm sure it's gonna create a little buzz here and there.
Well, if anybody wants to clap back,
Yeah, we
have a stage here for you.
Fila
We
is
got
here
you.
for you.
Yo, we got your back.
Yeah.
We got your back. Like, you can just come here and you can talk to us and let it all out.
But there's
That's what
still
we're here
more.
for.
There's still more. G is not ready yet. He's saying a whole lot of things, which you'll be very interested to hear. We'll be back after that. Wagan, we'll be back.
That was a short musical break from G. But anyhow, now that things are happening for you commercially, you start doing collaborations with artists that are relatively big in Gambia and in their respective countries. The likes of, maybe give us some few, Fatah, Vivian, Senegal.
Yeah, Paliseka, Demarco, Chisla,
Wizkid from Nigeria.
Yeah, Wizkid. Yeah.
Who else? Of Nix, I think, from Senegal.
Yeah, I could give 100 names. Like, I did a lot of features with people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there one artist that you were looking forward to do something with that didn't get to materialize?
To be honest, not really.
Yusundur?
Yeah, but then that's just a dream. That's just there. It can happen anytime.
So you're still not
done with it. Even if I'm gonna do the track and keep it in my house and just
Just for your personal-
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
No doubt. That's what's up, man. At that moment, I think people in the music fraternity here and fans as well of Gambian music were looking at you as a prodigal musical son. You know, we had high hopes on you. Why all of a sudden just throw all of those things out the window?
I didn't throw all of those things out the window. I decided I had priorities, and I decided to actually go with what's important, like to actually grow as as a person more than as an artist. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean, but it's not really paying off, and I've reached a stage in my life where, like, at this time is where I'm able, like, I have to be able to get what I need to get to actually make something out of my life right now. And we all know that Gambian music isn't like really lucrative. Like when it actually comes to, there's no such thing as album sales and not enough platforms. And for an artist to like, this is the only place in like in the world I think where you like where as an artist you have to make your own platform to be able to make money off. Like you should organize your own show, like be actually going up and down. Like I as an artist, I don't have to do that. Like I must have a team, but then with all these other countries, like there's already existing platforms since the 80s or wherever, with all these Michael Jackson and them. So if you're an American and you go blowing, once a record label get hold of you, there's already MTV, there's BET, there's awards, there's this and this and this. So it just adds up.
Well,
With
don't
us,
you think we are that generation to create that platform in Gambia? We had to make the sacrifice.
Yes, but then, Mr. Wagan, you have a kid, I have a kid.
Yeah.
Like at times you put your dreams aside to actually make them, like to actually give them a chance to live their dream.
But
So
okay.
with the music, it can take care alone my own needs. Better yet, like my daughter and her future and this and this and this and this and this. Like I always, like throughout my career, I make money outside and invest into music. I would pay like $125,000 for just for one track. Like I would actually sweat that outside and come put it back in music. Like and it's just one track. But then there's a lot of tracks which I pay for production, this and this and this, which I know I wouldn't get back. But I'm actually building a brand, and I expect at some point I would reach a stage where companies would come and like show their support and endorse me whilst I endorse their product to be able to help each other. But even with that, they will come to you and they will offer you something that like you could do without it.
I should have maybe asked this question before the previous one, but how much thought did you give to this retirement? Because I've heard people say it was spontaneous, that G is an impulsive person. He might have just thought about it overnight, just decided on it, and bam.
Okay, I've been thinking about it a lot, but then there isn't a point in life, like as an artist, where you say, okay, I'm gonna wait until this time and then I'll quit. Like, cause there's always something to do. This project is due for this time is, like the time I was quitting. Okay, I had a track out with Wizkid. I had another extra 3 incomplete tracks with Wizkid that we already did that we didn't even release yet. Like I have that as well. And we were supposed to do that video, and he was gonna invite me over to come over for like his some type of tribal mixtape luncheon and all. So there were plans in the line. But then it's gonna take time. It's gonna take my resources. It's gonna take everything of me, and it means I have to put like other responsibilities on hold to actually do that. Like, which at the end of the day, if I do all that again, like I can't go beyond where I am in Gambia right now. Like I just feel, okay, if I'm supposed to grow, it would be like the upcountry, like go do for like 1 or 2, 3 shows there and just show, you know. But here in the Greater Banjul area, I think this is the highest you could get to. I like new tasks. Even when it comes to anything apart from music, I just like to explore stuff, like do new businesses here and there. It might not all be good. Like this one can go down, but you learn from it. Like it's a whole experience. So I say I did think about it.
But at the height of your career, I think, I don't know how much people outside might know, but I'm sure some might have seen you in doing big things. And I mean, you were relatively making decent money.
I don't want decent money. I've been making decent money I made more money when I'm not an artist than when I was an artist. I handled more responsibilities. Like when it comes to music, like I spent like days in the studio. Like when I start on a project, I don't think of anything else. Like even if I was building a house, I would stop or whatsoever. Like this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I put my 100% to it. Like I do 2, 3 tracks a day. Like I think as much as I have retired, there's over 50 something tracks that are not yet released, and I'm sure like producers will at some point release them or whatsoever. So I'll still, and per my announced my retirement to like to up to date right now, like I don't see anything that would actually make me go back into music, because one, there isn't anything really going on, like from new records to new videos that will blow your mind to like, okay, this is happening, this platform, this type of company, this new artist got that endorsement deal, this and this. Okay, now let's just go back to endorsement deals again. Like, for all these countries that already have existing platforms, they support their own. I had a conversation with the artist. Like like he's an African artist as well. Like his first endorsement deal was over $100,000. And you know what that did for his career? He was being like he could afford a band. One. Two, he could build his own recording studio. He could hire instrument players to come and do his music. He had nicer videos. He would fly wherever and got the best directors. It actually boosts your career.
But don't you think also you got to consider the market that they're from and our market?
Well, our market, us artists, I was trying to do this like from way back, like to not just focus on the on our Gambian market, but then we could join as in Gambian market and Senegalese market be one, and then you can make.
I don't think that's still too late.
It is late because they're not really letting us in Wagan, just to be honest.
I mean, like, find a way of breaking that.
Like how? Like how? Like their own artists are only big in Senegal, like, and the only places they play, if they're like, okay, this so and so artist is actually going to handle other states, it's our own people that will be there.
Okay, okay. So I mean,
so how about okay?
You could also start growing into that. Playing for
you in the States.
Gambian market.
Oh, you're in the States.
Yeah.
I come to the States. I have to live in London. Like all these Gambian events, they don't bring Gambian artists. They only bring in like the promoters wouldn't mind paying for Senegalese artists to come all the way from Senegal, but then okay, we're gonna help and try to support our own. So we'll bring Singate because he lives around. They'll bring Singate. They'll bring another artist that's in London that lives around, which will cost them nothing. So how are you helping these artists? Like how are you helping our industry? If at all I was an artist and I'm growing up and I know, okay, here's my platform where I can make money off. Okay, if I'm doing well to this point, I will have people calling me for shows outside. Like
well,
this
you were already getting that.
Yeah, but it's not as much as like I went for the exposure. I don't what these other artists go to get paid. Here in Gambia, you see them pay like Senegalese artists 10 million CFA for a show, but then they will call you the Gambian artist and be like, Gambian like Japalema. Like, what are these things? Like, you're doing your work, and I'm sure you're not doing it for free. So I should put my work aside and help you, as in. It actually doesn't work like that. You have bills, I have bills as well. And if you don't respect, and then another thing they do is like, if they bring down artists here in Gambia, they always put them above like our artists. Like where in what country would you go to? You as an artist, you go and get like it doesn't matter anywhere. Nigerian artists put their artists first. Senegalese the same. South Africa, it goes like that. Like, but here's the only place you come to where like you bring a guest in and then it'll be bigger than the artist.
As I mentioned earlier, we're at that stage where we're building the foundations of our industry. So you don't expect a Yusundur to come here and G becomes the headliner.
Chisla called me. Like
yeah.
he came, he went to the hotel, he was like, I've been asking around. Like they're like, you're the top dog here and I wanna do a track with you. Come to my hotel, I'm here. And
you did a track with him?
I did. Yeah, I went.
You could have used that.
With Wiz, even before I met him, like he was like, I've been hearing stuff about you.
Okay,
and,
then you could have used those opportunities to blow yourself maybe to somewhere comparable
with
to
the
where...
With the support. With them, it's always, and like, music doesn't work by itself. When it comes to entertainment...
Of course, there's the politics of the music.
There's the politics and there's the endorsements that... support it, like have a few companies.
Gee, you were getting endorsements.
Wait, Wagan, what's $3,000? That's for one future. That can't even get you an air ticket to Miami, like and back. Like Because to be honest, these people go there and do nice videos and stuff like that. So I'm 28 years old. Like, for how much longer should I shoot? Like, should I wait?
I mean, you had gotten to that point in Gambian music. As I said, you were looked upon as the prodigal son. We had all our hopes on G. G is going to be that artist, or amongst those artists who just break our music beyond our borders. But G, you were getting endorsements. You were being featured on some of the biggest shows and were earning relatively among the high earners in Gambian music.
What's a high earning, like, when it comes to Gambian music?
I mean,
like, you do the biggest show in Gambia.
But G, relatively.
You pay the artist.
Relatively.
Can that take care of, like, anything in your life for you? Like, if at all, like, you were an artist, I know what I used to get, and I know I get a
But G, you were getting shows weekly.
Yes, but that's just 1 or 2, 3 months a year, and then everything is dead to us. Like, it happened.
Any major show that was, I can almost say for the past 2 years, any major show that came to town, you were featured.
Yes, and it's still not what I want.
Is it possible that, just hypothetically, you didn't use the money wisely to boost your career?
Then it can boost my career.
You mean that money couldn't boost your career?
It can't even pay for my daughter's school fees, to be honest. It can't really do anything.
So
it's
is
just
Gambian music that bad?
Yeah, it is that bad. It's just for survival. It's just.
So how much of a future do you realistically see in this?
Unless we have some type of miracle that some label or somebody comes and just has like a few $1 million to actually put into the industry, yes, it will work. But apart from that, I don't see anything happening, to be honest. Like, anybody that's doing music at some point will accept reality and then be like, okay, I have to do something else to actually be able to maintain myself and get my bills sorted out. But for music alone, even to get like payments here and there, I've been invited to 1 or 2 shows where you won't get like, okay, you perform and they wouldn't pay, or you perform but then there wouldn't be like 100 people there. They're like, okay, you see what happened, this and this and this and this, and you understand.
Always coming up with excuses.
Yeah, you understand. You don't need to go back and forth with them. And then if you start demanding like a whole payment before the show, you're not kidding whatever. So there's always these people. At times I would not take a payment and perform just to. Okay, you see an artist that would just go to Dakar and you're like, I'm crossing borders, and it's practically the same country. Okay, I do business. I could go to Senegal and be back the same exact day. So it's just one country. Like, we mean beyond borders. Like, we mean like South Africa, Nigeria, Europe, and okay, America. These are the places where has a booming industry right now. So if at all you want to say outside borders, that's the place you could go. Okay. You could talk to. Okay, I've seen T-Smalls go to Nigeria and being there, but you can't go to Nigeria with a Jamaican artist, like collaboration, and expect that to be your way inside there. It's not gonna work. It's either you do a track with an artist there and you help promote it, and then it's not like how, okay, as a fan I would like be like, okay, this song is nice, I hear it in the radio every day, I hear it. It doesn't go like that. In Nigeria, you pay DJs to actually play your stuff. That's how it works. Even if it's the hottest track in the place, like there's a certain fee you pay for promotion and stuff like that, which it will be played in every radio, and I kind of see that attitude like with DJs here in Gambia right now. They're also starting to demand like a certain type of payment to actually have your tracks played as well. Like with me, they told me play me like you did. Situations is nice. Okay, you're getting paid, but how are we not getting paid? So in order to play your tracks, like I would charge you this. Okay. Like I could play for 1 or 2 times, like just for the people request. But then if you wanted to play over and over again, this is what it will cost you.
No doubt.
So everything started like, okay, they would see you have like 10,000 people that are there, but then they don't know like how much you paid to get, like maybe like how many $1,000 actually you spent for the event, like bringing in like other artists and stuff like that, you know, like having a stage for like 150, this and this, you know, there's all these expenses that would actually come with it, but then they don't see all that. They just want to know like how many people came and how many, like, you know.
No doubt. Well, you know, if we wanted to continue this, we could be here
Forever.
Forever. Yeah, but I just have one little request. Since you've retired, few years from now,
Yeah.
we'll be making that request for you to just come and grace the Open Mic Festival stage again. Hope when we come, you'll just grant us that much.
Ask my fans if they want me to come.
Inshallah, of course, it'll be the demand of the fans.
I'll do anything for them.
It'll be the demand of the fans, and you know, so thank you, good luck in your future endeavors,
you very
and
much.
you know, best of luck with everything, man.
Appreciate it.
And it's a pleasure having you on Fiilatv.
It's my
Welcome back. Blacker G is always G. G is just G. Yes, he talked about crossing borders and did mention travel smalls, traveling to Nigeria and stuff. And
Yeah, you were saying.
yeah, to me, I think Trouble's gonna say something back. Yeah, because it's like G felt like Trouble going to Nigeria to promote a song he did with a Jamaican artist wasn't something he'll go in for. Yeah, he felt it should have been maybe with a Nigerian artist.
He has a valid point there, but I mean, at the same time, I believe that different strategies work for different people, especially if you guys are all doing the same thing. The reason why you guys would stand out is that you guys are doing the same thing in different ways.
Yeah.
I believe it did work out for T Smalls.
Yeah, it did, because
following his activities
so
through
many
social
Nigerian
media,
websites
like
shared the song.
they shared it, and he was on a very famous blog where they talked about his song and they talked about him, and his showcase was a success as well. And well, we've seen him now, and he's not doing so bad now, is he?
No, he's not.
It did work for T Smalls, but I mean, we would like to hear T Smalls' side of the story and why he took up that strategy and how that idea came about. I think that's something a lot of artists can learn from and maybe even emulate in different ways.
Right.
He also mentioned another thing, G, where he was talking about how the scale, the difference in the pay scale of local artists compared to international artists, especially by corporate companies who organize these events that bring these artists here. I mean, yeah, it's hurtful, but then one thing that we should also have in mind is that these people, they've been established more than 20 years ago. We are just starting up again. We're like a cycle. We just keep recycling and doing the same thing over. We're hoping that this time around it stays and it's established. We're still on the foundation level, and that's one thing we all need to understand. We're still on the foundation level, and it's up to us.
Yeah, and on the part where he mentioned that he wasn't paid well to pay his daughter's school fee, but if G is saying he was the most paid artist, he was the most paid artist in Gambia. Dude, how much is your daughter's school fee then? For real. If you are booked for like a whole 6 months, once a month, and you were paid for like maybe 25,000 per gig or 50,000 per gig, of course you can pay your daughter's school fee. Unless it's 100,000 per time.
Maybe he's not talking about the school fees now. Maybe he's talking about the trust fund for the college and the universities and the stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he made valid points. And like I said in the last episode, you can never be 100% agreeable with G. You can never agree with G 100%. He will say some things that will make perfect sense to you, and you're like, yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
And he would also say some things that you'd be like,
That's why I like the part Wagan asked whether he mismanaged the funds.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have to back that up eventually. But yeah, that was G's interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it was a mad, interesting interview.
Yeah.
Because we heard things. There were a lot of questions that people have been asking about G. And I think Wagan covered most of the questions by asking it to him. So they heard it from him himself, not him behind a keyboard or whatever. This is G sitting down right in front of you.
The guy that's not easy to get for an interview.
not even easy to get him on a video.
Seriously, yeah, seriously.
I guess that's the appeal behind G, the fact that he's so mysterious and you hardly see him. But shouts to you, G. We wish you all the best of luck, and you know we love you 100%, even though we don't agree with you 100%, but we still love you to death. And we're waiting for you to come back, because you have to. Music chose you. You didn't choose music.
GBG right there with Wagan. And do keep the comments coming in, because people were commenting on the Facebook and Flyer Fiilatv page, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They were looking forward to this. Yeah, they were looking forward to this interview. So keep the comments coming in, and do follow us on Fiilatv, Facebook, Fiilatv, Twitter, Fiilatv, Instagram, and YouTube.
And remember, it's FIILATV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even if you type it on YouTube, you will find us. Or you can type MediaMatic 365, and you have the whole playlist right there to watch as many episodes as you want.
We're signing out now. Next week, Tasman. Mom, I would really love to hear what Tasman has to say.
It will interest me a lot.
Definitely, definitely. I've never had him on an interview, but maybe after this, yeah, dina am fit tuuti. Hanga kotoy hanga rek. Suñ kotoy.
Yeah. There's so much we could learn from them.
Yeah, today easy to have them on an interview. It's just like having Musangom or Uncle Usu. So.
Ooh, I remember my interview with Uncle Usu. Best interview of my life.
Me too, and you know, I had a tough time because I was like, okay, what if I ask him this, and he's like, no, that's not true. Because they were here before us. They know more than us. But then it was a good interview.
That's why I was willing to extract that information from him. So shouts to you, Uncle Usu, wherever you are. If you're watching us, we're saying hello, hello, hello to you. And it's always great to have you around. And shouts to all the fans of Fiilatv. Shouts to all of our fans. Sister and Black Shine's fans. We've seen all the amazing comments on the YouTube and the Facebook page and even on Instagram, and we appreciate you guys. And I also want to send a special shout out to somebody. I have this fan who lives in Bundung. He's called Gabriel Juf. They call him Gabu. I want to send a big shout out to you and just tell you I appreciate you as much as you appreciate me. Enough love to you.
Gabu, even though you're not my fan, we are in this together. Shouts to you.
Good night, guys. Till we come again another day.
All right.
Goodbye.
Let's
Peace
get
out.
out of here.